On your mark, set.
Go. Why'd you have to clap?
That's how we start everything.
No, we don't.
Yeah, you start with a clap.
It might be how we started, but it's definitely not how we should. Welcome to the podcast.
You don't sound so excited.
I'm your host, Jim Laser.
I'm
Today's
also your
guest.
host, Zach Anderson.
Who are you?
Who am I?
You're just the jackass that claps in the beginning of all of our podcasts.
I am...
Here to make the audio horrible. All right.
Audio's horrible.
Nice job.
Audio
Wow, bro.
classifier.
Is your plug gonna last much longer like that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Why are you harping on this plug?
Sorry, man. I just
Stay off my plug.
it's
Quit harping on this plug, bro.
I was just trying to let you plug something if you wanted to. Plug your beard up.
Plug it up.
Plug your bathroom drain with your beard. There we go. We got the beard comment out of the way. Each week we need a weekly update on the
A
beard.
weekly update.
It's feeling good?
No, it doesn't feel very good today. It's not treating me well.
It's not.
Is it itchy?
No.
You wake up and find that it has its own personality from time to time?
It parties at night.
Ah.
It parties at night.
It makes you
And it
sleep
sucks
really
all
bad.
your energy out of you too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right when you say that, you just drained you.
You gotta love
Yeah,
that.
it was like, stop. It was trying to get me to stop talking.
Stop. Let the beard
The
talk.
beard was like, stop.
Doesn't want the secret to get out?
No.
Oh. So, how is everyone? It's actually been a while since we recorded a podcast, but
Now
I guess
we're up to current.
now we're keeping it current.
Keeping it real.
We're here. It is now Christmas time.
It's now Christmas time. What are you getting for Christmas? New Kindle?
New Kindle Fire. HDX.
Paper black? HDX?
all
Paper
these,
black.
Paper black. White.
It's a hologram now.
Just a white text.
Yeah, just white text.
White text on black.
On black on black.
background.
Black
you think,
on black.
You think that's got to be harder to read,
That'd
right?
be way harder on your eyes to read.
White text on a black background?
No, I think it would be more healthy.
Don't they have like a Google Black where it's like supposed to save energy because it's a black screen instead of white? It's supposed to save like I guess it takes more energy for your screen to emit white light than it does black.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that? Or are you
No.
disagreeing with me?
No, you can just set your settings on your screen to black.
You can set your settings on your screen to black?
Yeah.
It's like
So that's called turning your screen off.
No,
it's
setting
like invert colors. It's
invert
for
colors
colorblind
on your
people.
screen. Yeah. Dark mode. It's called
no.
go into dark mode.
Go into dark mode?
Yeah.
Go dark.
Okay, that's not what I was talking about. Inverting all of your colors would mess with you.
No.
Yeah. I think it's Google Black. I'm gonna test it right now.
There's a phone called the
Google.
Black Phone coming out.
Oh yeah?
That's like you're going off the grid.
What?
It keeps you like off the grid. Black Phone.
It's called Black Phone?
Yeah, look it up.
Oh yeah, see? It's not I don't think this is Google's actual website, but it's google-blacks.blogspot.com. And it says save 3,000 megawatts an hour. What? Megawatts an hour a year?
1 million gigawatts.
So yeah, I don't know. I guess it does save megawatts, depending on the
1,000 megawatts.
3,000 megawatts dash hour a year
Where are you getting this information from?
from
What website?
from
googleblack.blogspot.
Google
Unreliable
dash
source.
It's
Unreliable
very
source.
reliable, very reliable.
Nope, Andrew's scouring the internet for information.
I was scouring it because I knew of it, so I just had to find something.
Uh-huh.
Even if you're not sure if something exists, if you do a Google search for it, you'll be reassured, hands down. So anyways,
Anywho.
what's new with my 2-man crew over here?
Two-man crew?
What you got, Zachary?
What do I got?
Yeah.
Tell me what you got. Tell me what you
What
got
I
in
got?
that bag of beans.
Bag of beans?
Yeah.
I guess nothing's really
Great,
new.
great, awesome. You know what?
No, so we
Don't-
celebrate St. Patty's Day this weekend.
We celebrated St. Patrick's
Patty's
Day.
Day, even though St. Patrick's Day is Monday.
Yeah, but who's gonna celebrate St. Patrick's Day?
On a Monday. I don't know.
I will, because my birthday's the 18th.
Yeah.
It's the greatest birthday to have, I feel, because everyone goes out and gets drunk the day before regardless. So you feel like you have a lot more friends than you really do.
Yeah.
So that's
All my friends are here.
all my friends don't exist.
It's my birthday, right?
Yeah, they're all drunk and they just agree with you.
You just run up to him and say, "It's my birthday," like every 18-year-old girl does.
Yeah,
at a
I
club.
do. I get that way. I get a little giddy when I'm celebrating. I mean, you know,
You get a little giddy.
I don't know. Yeah, I think Saturday was the day that everyone was like, they didn't even check with each other, but they're like, yeah, this is the day we're gonna celebrate St. Patrick's Day.
But it's like that every single year, though. It's always the weekend before, or it falls on a weekend or whatever.
But I guess it was just a little overwhelming to me because everyone was wearing green and everyone had those stupid top hats like the one that you had on. I was just like, wow, this is
crazy,
ridiculous.
People love it here.
Yeah.
People love their lives. What are they doing?
What are they doing enjoying their life?
Do you like St. Patrick's Day? Well, I don't.
So,
I'll kill you if you say Happy Shamrock to me again.
but you of all people would be, I feel like you'd be a mighty nice celebrator of.
No, I'm not. I'm actually offended by the holiday.
Are you? Why?
It's one of those holidays where everybody's got to dress up. They got to have red beards. They got to have green clothes on, and they got to talk about.
You're
being
saying
lucky.
this. You're saying this sitting in a green shirt and greenish pants with a red beard.
These are perfectly gray pants.
Perfectly gray. What would you say, Zach?
I would say they're perfectly gray. Are you colorblind?
They might.
Well,
I might need to invert my settings on my computer
You
screen.
might
On your
revert
eyes.
your eyeballs.
My eyes. I'm going dark.
Eye black. Your eyes are black.
Eye black.
Your eyes are black.
I need to put
God.
some more eye black on.
I'll get some of that.
But it is. It's offensive. You know. I think that racism runs rampant during the holiday season.
Why short little white men with red beards?
Yeah, and they all get pointed out, and then you get to pinch them if they're not doing what you say. It's like
You point out the little short.
the short
man.
men with no green shirts on, and you pinch them, and it's like Nazi Germany.
It's like Nazi Germany.
very
Well,
accurate. Very accurate.
I'll partake in that.
I mean,
I'm
you
like-
have a red beard too.
I do, but I'm a closet red beard because it has to grow out some more.
He hasn't admitted it to
No,
anybody.
I can tell it's red.
It's a little bit red.
Coming from the
That's
colorblind
rich.
guy, you got a red
You
beard.
got coming from that guy.
That's a real red beard.
Put some more eye
I
black
got
on.
inverted eyes, and I can tell you got a red beard.
Inverted eyes.
It looks like you have blood dripping from your face. It's so red.
Yeah.
You looks like you have the Red Sea on your face.
The Red Sea.
The Red Sea parting.
Partying right now.
All right, so that's what's been going on with you guys then, huh? Well, you
Yeah.
said we
We went out. We played some pool. We
Yeah.
went to.
I wouldn't really
a weird-
consider it celebrating St.
It
Patrick's
was
Day.
just a chill night.
We didn't do anything that we normally would have
No.
done any other night.
It wasn't a crazy event. Well, it was kind of crazy because we went to the house where we knew one person and no one else knew us.
Oh yeah, we did go to that.
Yeah, and that was a little
We
weird.
did go to an awkward house.
An
party.
awkward setting.
We played beer pong with green solo cups. That
Beer
was
pong?
Yeah, we played beer pong with leprechauns.
Yeah, with real life leprechauns. They
Really?
they stacked on top of each other. You would have loved it. You would fit right in.
Jeez, did they get as many turns as a regular human?
No, just one.
Just
per
one,
side.
like
One per
Okay.
side.
Because we didn't want to show them favoritism, so we showed them the opposite of that. And we,
Yeah, just how mad you got about being like pinched and stuff.
Oh,
They were happy, though.
They were upset about it.
No,
No,
they were
they were
happy.
happy because we treat them like normal people.
Oh,
they brought their
jeez.
pot of gold. And,
That's the thing
and
that
weeds.
pisses them off the most. They're not normal people, so they don't want to be treated that way.
Oh, so they get
Now
pissed when
you're
we treat them
reverting.
like every other person.
Yeah, they're like, we're fucking leprechauns, not normal people.
Oh man, what was that movie where?
The leprechaun.
Mm,
I'm gonna finish your sentence. The
Okay.
leprechaun.
no,
No.
no,
No.
Santa Claus.
no. Have you seen a movie called The Leprechaun?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a horror movie called
It's a
The
horror
Leprechaun.
movie.
No,
It's a
just
little
like
dude
the
that runs around.
Gingerbread Man.
The
No.
gingerbread.
That's the
Man.
cheesiest.
Really?
What's the
There's-
cheesiest horror film you've ever seen? Is it
The leprechaun. Yeah.
Because
He
mine was
hops
the
in, the funniest part in that movie is when he hops into a go-kart and runs somebody over and kills him with it.
With a go-kart?
Yeah.
Does it like flatten them out?
Yeah.
Like over exaggerate?
Yeah, over exaggerated movie.
Isn't it like the Leprechaun in the Hood or something?
Yeah,
Like
there's one. Yeah.
Oh, they made sequels.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
great.
did how bad it was, but how good it was at the same time.
Yeah. Well, my cheesiest one was the Gingerbread Man, where it was like some and I'm kind of ad-libbing here because I don't quite remember how the story
Is this
was.
a
but-
Norwegian tale?
No, it was a straight to DVD blockbuster favorite. And
No, it was not.
Yeah, it was. I found it at Blockbuster, and I was like,
They
I was
slapped
like,
a sticker on there. and They're like, "Please buy this movie."
yeah.
Oh,
No, I
jeez.
rented it. I didn't buy
You
it.
didn't buy it.
Yeah.
Favorited by Blockbuster.
But it was some guy like he was making gingerbread, and I want to say he was like weird. Like there was something wrong with him, and some of his blood got in the batter. And so then when he's like, oh, I don't care. And then when he made the gingerbread, his blood supposedly made him come alive, and he just went around killing people. It was.
Oh, why don't you eat him?
What do you mean?
Gingerbread.
He just put him in the oven, and I'm pretty sure he just left. He just had it baking overnight, or I don't know. It was so long ago. All I know is that blood got into the batter. A gingerbread man came alive, killed everybody.
You'd think you'd be able to just eat him.
Yeah.
To kill him.
Or you think he wouldn't be that threatening.
Or he would get a little soggy if it was raining out.
But that's same with Chucky. I never understood that.
I would have kicked Chucky in the forehead.
Seriously.
He ran at me.
Chucky's one of the scariest horror movies I've ever seen.
Really?
It was just so scary. All my toys always
scary.
All your toys. Jim's surrounded by dolls in his bedroom.
Everyone else reenacts Toy Story, and Jim's reenacting Chucky.
Chucky every time.
Oh man, that and what was the other one? Puppet Masters. Did you ever see that?
No.
It was pretty much the same thing. But it was just a bunch of evil puppets, and one had a drill on his head. And it was insane. And I used to make my sister watch him with me all the time, and so she was super scared. And one time we were at the movie theaters, and I was playing one of those claw machine games, and I won a Chucky doll, and my mom made me put it back because I was with my sister at the time, and I was chasing her around with it. She's like, "Go put that back!" So I had to put it back in the chute. I was so mad. It was pretty cool. Yeah.
Put back your prize.
Parents, man.
You can't win that.
That always ruined my fun. Yeah, I meant to. Well, I did go for it. I did go for it.
You mean to do that.
But anyways, all right. So
that's probably a valuable piece of licensed plush too.
It is licensed plush for sure.
Yeah. Just like my Doobie Doo.
We named his Jamaican Scooby that he got when we went to
Dave
Dave & Buster's.
Doobie Doo.
We named him Doobie Doo.
If Andre's cousin wants to purchase this,
oh God!
Contact.
Anybody now? It's for sale. We're starting bid at
license
$800.
$800 licensed plush.
License plush.
It's the only one made.
What would be your guys' favorite game like that? Like if you go to a Dave & Buster's, or you go to a GameWorks, or
favorite one,
just an I don't even want to call it an arcade game. Would that be?
Dude, the one that we played that's for your phone. That was probably the
Doodle Jump?
Yes.
Doodle Jump is about to celebrate its 5th anniversary, I think, on the App Store.
Oh, really? I wonder if they're going to give away a Doodle Jump Doodle Bugs.
What? No, they're going to give away washable tattoos. They're going to mail them to you.
Are they really washable tattoos?
Yeah, you got to sign up for their newsletter, though.
You signed up for it?
Yeah, I signed up for it.
Yeah, of course.
Just kidding. Sick. None of that exists.
None of that exists?
No.
Okay.
Not even the 5-year anniversary?
The 5-year anniversary is coming up, I'm pretty sure.
Where the hell did you read that? 5-year anniversary Doodle Jump? Yeah.
We're at the machine. Andre's just looking around on it. Here we go.
Do you celebrate apps' birthdays every day?
I try to find something to celebrate.
Facebook has been up for 4 years. Yay.
Doodle Jump, 5-year. All right,
oh, I'm so happy. This calendar application I downloaded 2 years ago just had an anniversary.
Oh my God!
Look, my alarm clock's turned 3.
My calculator.
Yeah, this is good calculator app.
It was released for Android and BlackBerry on March 2nd, 2010.
BlackBerry? Wow. Oh my God!
So it's its 4th anniversary then.
BB and me, bro.
March 2nd?
Or no. It was released worldwide for iOS on April 6th, 2009.
I was going to say, we missed March 2nd.
Yes.
Whatever happened to BlackBerry?
Jesus. I never had a BlackBerry.
Still a company?
No.
Yeah, they are.
They are?
BlackBerry?
Sure?
Seriously?
I thought they got bought out.
No, there was something that happened with Blackberries. I think I have no clue. But
they should be growing this spring.
They should be growing this spring.
Blackberries.
Okay. So anyways, I guess we're caught up on the what's new with us somehow. Whatever we just said there.
Well, yeah. What's new? Just what we did this weekend.
That's it. That's what's new.
We
haven't recorded a podcast in 2 weeks.
What's up with Russia and Crimea? Anything on that? You guys know about
that? All I know is that they want to join back with Russia, right?
What?
Hey, I don't know.
I have nothing. Jim likes to just bring up topics that he knows nothing about.
It wasn't the Ukraine and that.
I was hoping you could talk about it.
He has vague knowledge of
well, all I know, I'll do a little brief. This is just a guess from what I've heard.
That's what we are, dude.
Okay,
we're
just guessing. I'm not trying to say.
You guess and you can fill in the blanks.
No, because I got shit for talking about Bitcoin.
You'll always
barely knowing a little bit about it.
It doesn't matter. You could talk about a subject that you think you know everything about, and there will still be someone who's like, by the way,
you were wrong.
You didn't pause here. There's supposed to be a comma if you put it into a sentence, and you didn't pause like there was a comma, so technically you're wrong.
Yeah.
That's how the internet works.
Well, what I know is that Ukraine separated from the USSR a long time ago.
Yeah.
When after the Cold War. So
After the
now
Cold War.
the Ukraine wants to split in half, and whatever that country's name, they want to name themselves that and go
India.
back to Russia.
Yeah.
You say India?
It's just
Crimea.
Crimea. They want to go back to Russia.
Crimea.
And now there's like this huge debate, and Russia was like getting pissed off at the Ukraine for not letting them go, and so Obama steps in and he's like, "Well, just chill out." Whatever, Rasputin. What is his name? What is his name? I don't know.
Andre Putin?
Andre Putin.
What?
It's not Andre Putin, it's Vladimir Putin.
Andre Putin.
Andre is a pretty Russian name, though.
Andre
Yes.
Putin.
My name is Andre.
If you had to live in another country besides the United States, what would it be?
Oh, definitely North Korea.
Okay.
Definitely. You get rid of a lot. I want to be more repressed.
I don't
More
want to.
repressed than North Korea?
Did
Yeah.
you guys hear? I don't know if we talked about this last time, but I think Jim brought up that they shut off like power to
What?
like North Korea. Did we talk about that at all? They like
Maybe.
shut off power or whatever, like for like the longest time.
Who shut off the power?
The guy Kim Jong, whatever his name is.
Oh. I thought you were going to say the guy at the electric company.
The
He was
guy
like,
the electric company.
no more power!
No more power for you.
Arnold, how'd you get into
No more
North
power.
Korea? So what would
No, I
if
would
you
not move to.
Alright, well,
freaking
where
North
would you
Korea.
want to live if you had to live in a country other than the United States?
I would say England.
England?
Yeah.
Yeah? Fan of the accent?
Fan of the accent. Yep.
I'm
Okay.
a fan of the accent.
I would go Canada.
You would go Canada.
I think
You would
Canada's
go
just like a
Canada?
more. I think
I'd go Canada.
Canada's just like a more peaceful United States, isn't it?
Yeah,
And
pretty much.
a lot of things are free, like healthcare and.
A lot of
Is
things
it-
are like that's what
is
we're
it
trying
college,
to build right
Is
now.
it college free,
Probably.
or is that that?
I
in
don't
the
know.
UK?
I don't know if you wanna. You might wanna do a shout out to Carl with the C.
Shout out to Carl the C. Tell
Our
us about
resident
Canada.
Canadian
expert.
Give us 10 facts about Canada in the comments below.
10. Go.
Go.
Jim,
10.
where would you live?
Canada.
Canada? Really?
No, I'd probably live in Mexico.
You'd probably live in Ireland.
No.
Would you live in Mexico?
Yeah.
Why?
I like Spanish.
The
I like-
language or the ethnicity?
The language.
Okay.
I like Spanish, the ethnicity.
Okay.
Ethnicity.
I like,
So why wouldn't you live in Spain over Mexico?
too far.
Oh, too far.
Too far.
But you can never come back to the United States.
Yeah, I
You
still
like how I
want to
add
look.
rules as I go?
I still want to look around.
You
though.
You
can't?
still want
I
to
thought
look
you
around
could.
where?
The border.
You want to look around the border?
Yeah.
No, there's a huge wall that the United States is completely wiped off. It turns into the ocean of what was.
Oh,
the
really?
United
That
States.
changes everything about everything in the world, though. Like,
Yeah,
That means, like, the drug cartels in Mexico. What would be
What
the
they
point
do?
for them?
They would have to like.
they're gonna have to swim a long ways to get up to Canada. Then Canada becomes the new United States.
The United States.
The Union
so
United
like,
States.
we just take over Canada.
Yeah. No,
we
no.
invade Canada.
No. I wouldn't. If all of the United States moved to Canada, I wouldn't want to be in Canada anymore.
Wouldn't that be funny if the United States invaded Canada, though?
That would be the
One day,
easiest
like, the
takeover
next
ever.
president is just like, nobody does this anymore, but we're gonna fucking
Yeah.
expand.
Yeah. What if like
We're gonna
our next
become Rome.
president just became like.
What, Caesar #2?
Yeah.
We're taking over everybody.
I don't understand why people aren't trying to take each other over. I love risk.
I love risk.
That's what he plays all the time.
Yeah.
There's tons of little countries out there that we could just completely annihilate.
We're taking
Why are we not
Jamaica
doing this?
over.
We just take them all over and we're just fucking owning them.
Yeah, just owning them. We set
Yeah,
up a
We
bunch
can
of.
nuke North Korea and Russia.
Yeah.
Just wipe them off the face of the earth.
Oh, jeez, wow.
If you guys could go, if like we got the opportunity to go to war, but instead of us being in war, we would just be like controlling a robot or something.
Are you trying to reference Gamer?
This was a little bit of a reference of Gamer, which we were just started watching before the podcast, and a little bit of a reference of Titanfall. So just picture like a mix of that.
But
So
you're inside a Titan though.
that's why I'm saying it's a mix of the two,
Okay.
Zach. I'm not saying it's exactly
I
one.
don't know.
Keep up. Keep
And,
up.
dude, Titanfall's a game.
Yeah, Titanfall's a game.
It's
Come
a mix of
on,
a game.
Zach. And this is really happening. Titanfall isn't. It's fake.
Dang it.
All right. So, anyways, would you do that though? But you would have to like
I do what?
Control a robot?
you would
Like
like
you got all the MLG players instead of using actual people to control these robots, and we would wipe off everybody.
maybe.
Oh,
You know-
you mean we fought war with controllers?
Yeah.
Yeah, and robots.
We could be heroes.
Or we could be
Well, I'm trying to think.
Monsters.
I'm trying to think what
We
would be
take over the world ourselves. Everyone just fights everybody.
Yeah.
I think that wouldn't work out very well.
Well, I think I'd be interested.
Bro, quit camping.
He's camping in Afghanistan.
Yeah, that's true. We would speed up wars by like 1,000% if we put like gamers in the seat.
Yeah.
I mean, even campers react like they move a million times faster than how we move in actual wars. Like,
yeah, but wars would never stop then because gamers just play for fun.
yeah, they rage quit and then they just boot up a new game.
Yeah.
You'd have to have like one life or something like that, or like a week or so spawn delay, respawn timer.
A week or so.
Week or so
the
is
world
probably
would just
not-
be in chaos.
Yeah. Well, for weeks maybe there might
If
be
you
some
die,
peace
if you die
periods.
really fast, like me, I'm like running out there like,
There'd
oh
be a
shit,
few
I gotta wait a
periods,
week.
But mostly, war's coming back.
What if okay, how about when you got shot or when your robot got shot, you got like a really bad shock on your body wherever you got shot.
But just
Would
not enough to kill you, just
not enough to kill you, but enough to be really
Hospitalized for months.
Hospitalized.
Oh my
It puts
God.
you into a coma.
Puts you in a coma.
That'd
The
be
blackout
hilarious.
shock.
That would
Yeah,
be
you'd
hilarious.
you'd have to be playing that game like you had nothing left to live for. Like you can't be like, I gotta go to work tomorrow. I'm gonna play video games.
Ah!
No, it wouldn't be it wouldn't be a recreational thing. You get paid for it. Like you get paid to be the
What,
soldier.
6 figures?
yeah.
I hope you're getting paid at least 6 figures.
No,
for
you
this.
get paid $1,000.
$1,000?
Just one.
Just one
Per
grand.
mission.
Candy bar.
Permission.
Permission?
Per
See,
team deathmatch game.
Per team deathmatch.
you
Only
get,
if you
you
want
get bonuses
positive.
if you go above 4 kills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 kills, bonus $1.
But, like a 2.0 KD too. You can't.
Well, if you can only die once.
Oh yeah,
Remember
true.
the
Okay,
coma
it's
thing?
like search and destroy then.
It's like search
Yeah.
and destroy,
It's
except
like
for
real life too.
except for when if you got killed in search and destroy, your PlayStation would just destroy itself for a month.
A month
you have
and
to know-
rebuild it itself.
Yeah, it rebuilds itself. Come on, bro. It's the future.
You also have to know that when you go into a coma, that they put your body into like a place where they keep people with comas, but that other people that aren't in the games, they just come in real world and they just pay a little bit and they rape your body.
Oh my God.
They pay a little bit?
to rape your
Dude,
body.
I'd like to think I'm worth more than a little bit. Even
No,
if
What,
I'm in a
we're only
not
worth
just a little
$1,000
wet
per
noodle.
game.
not just a little wet
Well,
noodle.
wet noodle vegetable, man.
Hey, at least
You're
I'm
not worth anything.
staying moist. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but you just gotta know that when you're playing the game, you're like, I'm gonna go into coma for a few months, get
I
raped
gotta-
out the- I can't.
I
die.
gotta kill a lot of people.
Would your
I
body
can't
feel
die.
differently when you woke out of the coma? And if it did,
Oh,
would
yeah,
you think it was
loose.
just because of the coma, or would you think that you knew something happened?
Oh, you know because you've been there before. You've already been there and
You've been there, done that.
been there and done that.
But practice makes perfect, so eventually you won't get raped.
Yeah, hopefully eventually, but you know there's always that chance.
Yeah.
Of just getting raped.
So you're saying that you would do it then?
I'm saying, well, I don't know. It's
Jim
just
would
there's a lot of
sacrifice himself to
possibilities.
get raped.
You would sacrifice yourself?
There's a lot of possibilities that lead to eventual death. So
Robot soldiers, you put your body on the line in more ways than one. We
Yeah.
found out.
You put your
Yeah.
butthole on the line.
Yeah.
you
too.
can you can die
You can die.
easily.
90% of the people die 10% of the time.
Yeah.
From
So
anal
Titanfall.
rippage.
What do you guys think about Titanfall? We got to get off this subject. We gotta get off
Titanfall
it real
was
fast.
sick.
Dude,
That's sick.
Titanfall was like
We've all played
so
it.
sick. It's like it's like probably one of the best games out right now.
You think?
Yeah.
I figured you'd say that.
For
Our resident
shooter.
FPS.
No, but I'm saying for a
Medium.
new for FPS game,
It's
different.
inventive.
you know, it's different. There's a lot of mixtures of other games from past
Yeah.
now. You know, so
Yeah.
like I think it's a cool game. It's a futuristic game.
One thing-
obviously.
Yeah, I like it.
It's just a cool. It's a different perspective from another
Yeah.
FPS. You know.
One thing I do like is typically when you get like these robot type games or like these high tech futuristic type games, you'll have your health system will always be either a number, like you'll always have health, or you'll have a shield type thing like Halo.
Yeah.
That's like what I draw my biggest comparison from is like Halo, or like kind of like Battlefield where you have like your health number. You
Yeah,
always
I
have a
like
health
I like
number.
this one because there is no shield though.
There is a shield, but it's when you're in your Titan, which
Yeah.
is fine for me. But when you're just a normal person, it's like the Call of Duty health system, or I'm sure there are other games that have health systems like Call of Duty, but where you regenerate and you can tell when you're full health, and then it doesn't take that long to heal back up. Whereas in Battlefield, if you weren't playing as a medic or you didn't have a medic beside
Oh, dude, you get shot twice, you're dead.
yeah. So, but I do like the fact that the Titans have the shield and then the health bar because they're big, they're Titans, and also, I mean, you don't want them to be around all the time. You don't want them to just run around a corner, heal up all the way, and then come back and just
That'd be
live forever.
super OP.
Yeah. But so you guys like Titanfall then?
Yeah, it definitely has got some really cool new integrative systems into this game that changes it and distinguishes it from being a unique FPS shooter from other different FPS shooter games that have been previously top sellers of Call of Duty, Battlefield, Halo, Titanfall. It's definitely a mixed
different.
bag.
It definitely differentiates itself from
yeah.
Titanfall.
It's the monkey wrench on the tool belt.
Yeah, definitely.
I would say also that I like the fact that you're playing against bots too. You know, so like if people are trying to learn how to play the game.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if that's in all the games.
I don't know, but I'm saying that game that we were playing.
That pissed me off actually about the game.
Why?
I thought
it was like, why do I have to keep killing these stupid ass bots?
Well, you don't technically have to kill them because they're not good enough to kill you. They're just buffers to reduce the cooldown on your Titan. Because for people who don't know, basically, when you start off the game, you have a 4 minute timer or something close to that when you start the round, till your Titan is ready to fall, and then you can get into it and wreak havoc. But every time, even if you just hit somebody, even if you just hit an enemy, it'll knock a couple seconds off that. And if you kill somebody, it knocks a couple more seconds off it. And the bots, I think, are just a way for people to, like, if they can't kill other pilots, which are the actual characters, and they can just kill the grunts or whatever. And if you think about it, I mean, if you look at everyone's stats at the end of the match, like, there are not that many actual pilot to pilot kills overall.
Yeah.
Like, we would end games where we would have like maybe 2 or 3 pilot kills, but we just have like 20 or 30 grunt kills. And that was how we were able to get 2 or 3 Titans that game. So I think it's different.
I think it's cool, like for like a person just coming to the game. That's a cool environment, so they can learn how to like shoot everything.
Well, yeah, and killing things, even if they're not humans, it's still somewhat satisfying. You're just like, oh yeah, I just wrecked that whole pod of grunts that just spawned to the ground, and then I just killed them all.
But I agree with Jim though. I'd rather play against like a whole bunch of humans instead of like actual like bots and stuff.
Yeah, I played another mode other than attrition, which is what we were primarily playing. I played like Pilot Hunter or something. And it just said, eliminate other pilots, and I was like, oh, well, maybe this doesn't have Titans, or maybe this doesn't have grunts, and it had both. So, but I think the scoring system was different because I think in attrition you get points if you kill grunts or if you kill Titans or anything. I think in Pilot Hunter mode or whatever it's called, Headhunter or something like that, you only get points for killing the enemy's pilots. So it's I think they tend to last longer. I think the games tend to last longer, and you can't just have people that are just. I don't know. I don't know if this is a thing, but people just like farming the grunts for points and attrition, and you just, I'm sure. I think there is an actual way where you could just no one could kill another player in the game, and a team could still win by just killing grunts and stuff like that. There's also like hardpoint.
I played Capture Their Flag.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. That was all humans. There was no. I don't think there was any bots. Maybe there were.
There's also hardpoint, which is more like a domination type thing. Like, but I haven't dabbled in any of that. Our latency here is not the greatest, so we're waiting to get that all figured out. But you guys you haven't played it on console. You guys just played it on PC.
No, it's only for Xbox.
Yeah.
So I don't have an Xbox One.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, you played it through PC, through a controller on the PC. So, which I think is putting you at a little bit of a disadvantage against people who are with a mouse and keyboard. But I don't know, maybe that's just how I feel. I think that if you have a mouse, you have much more.
You have much
precision.
more control over aiming.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's not that. And people are probably gonna blow this out of the water, but I don't think it's that big of a difference to have it from a controller to from a keyboard.
Yeah.
If you're good with a controller, you're gonna be good against people with keyboards a little bit, but there might be somewhat of a disadvantage, maybe.
Yeah, I just think that the fact that it takes 2 sticks to move your cursor where you want to on a controller, and it only takes 1 mouse movement to move where you want to on the PC.
Right?
Yeah, I think that says something for it. I mean, I'm not a professional PC gamer. Like, I prefer the controller, and I've been using the controller right alongside you guys. But I think that if I grew up playing PC and was as good on PC as I am on console in comparison, then I think that I would much rather prefer to play on PC against someone. If they were like, yeah, I'll play against you with a controller, I think I'd smash them.
You on them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably. I guess the mouse thing is right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm just so much more comfortable aiming with a controller.
Well, definitely.
Probably just because I've been using one forever.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah. So, Titanfall, pretty good game.
Titanfall, 3 thumbs up.
3 thumbs up.
3 out of 4 stars.
3 out of 4 stars. That last star is reserved for games such as
Risk of Rain.
Risk of Rain.
How do you like Risk of Rain?
Risk of Rain's a good game.
Do you? Have you played Risk of Rain?
What is? I don't even know what you're talking about.
How would you explain it?
I'd explain it as Metroid Prime meets Earthbound.
Earthbound?
Yeah.
Yeah. Meets.
It's a side scroller. You level up. You gain levels. You get golden experience for killing bosses.
You get items. Kind of like Binding of Isaac a little bit.
Binding of
Isaac.
Isaac.
A roguelike.
Roguelike-tastic.
Roguelike-tastic strategy.
Fraps meets
Puzzle Maker meets all
Duck
those.
Duck Goose.
Duck Duck Goose.
Okay. I get it now.
Yeah.
Twister?
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
Sorry
meets
Life.
Monopoly.
Sorry meets Monopoly.
Yeah.
Shoots and ladders.
But it's like, it's one of those games where when you die, and you will die, because the longer you survive, the harder the game gets. It starts out on very easy, which isn't technically like very easy, but once you get the controls down, because you have your little guy.
So like Flappy Bird.
No,
it's like Flappy
not at all like Flappy Bird. But you have like 4 basic attacks, and you can just move around, and you have those 4 basic attacks, and a lot of the game is managing like the cooldowns and stuff of the attacks, because when you use an attack, it has like a 2 to 3 second cooldown depending on how powerful it is. So if you can always be using one of those 4 attacks instead of just doing your normal shooting, then you should do all right. I haven't gotten much farther than, I think I've gotten to the 3rd stage, but it's random in a sense that I think there's set maps, but you never know which one you're going to start out on. So there's like a set number of beginning maps, and then so on and so forth. We haven't played too much. Jim and I have played it a little bit.
You started it on your PC.
Yeah, it's on Steam. We tried to stream it. It's we had some frame issues, which I guess was a problem that a lot of people were having.
I was over here when you guys were trying to play it, and then I think.
Were you?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
You might have been.
Yeah, we tried. We were able to play it with 2 controllers, or me on the keyboard and him with a controller. But for some reason, I think with the stream running and the game running, it was just really, really slow. It was just in like super slow mode, which is kind of how we did it when we first started recording. The first time we ever played it, I was like, "Hey, dude, let's record this and like make a commentary on it." And you were playing it. You were playing it, and I was kind of like watching you play it and adding stuff, but it was going so slow, and we're like, this was a pretty cool game, but man, if you like beat the first level and the first boss, and it was nothing because it was just going like half speed. Yeah, it was pretty funny. And then when I played the next day, I was like, oh man, this is really actually fast. Supposed to be a lot faster than how he played it. But we've played a lot of new games since the last podcast, because I was just about to bring up Typing of the Dead.
Oh yeah, we were playing Typing of the Dead.
What do you think about, if you had to rate Titanfall, Risk of Rain, Typing of the Dead on a scale of 1 to 3, 1 being the best out of the new games that you've played and 3 being the least? What would
best out of the new games I've played?
Yeah.
Number 1 would be Titanfall. Number 2 would be Risk of Rain. Number 3 would be Typing of the Dead.
Really?
Not to say Typing of the Dead was bad, but I like those other games.
I think Typing of the Dead is more of like a game that you don't want to play all the time, but when you do want to play it,
you need a little brain teaser.
Yeah.
I did like that game though. It was sweet. It was.
So Typing of the Dead, for people who don't know, it's like House of the Dead, which is like
with typing.
It used to be like an old arcade game where you get the gun, and when you're at the arcade and you can shoot the screen and kill the guys, and then they ported it to Steam or PC or whatever. But it was just kind of, I think it started out as just House of the Dead, but even that, like if you port one of those games to a PC, like I don't think that many people would buy that, because it's just point and click on zombies to kill them and hit R to reload. Like you can't move because you're on like rails basically. The game takes you through, because in an arcade scenario, that's how you have to do it. Like you can't expect to move your character and shoot with the gun at the same time. It would be, I don't know how they would even do that.
It'd be really difficult.
Yeah, but so then I think they added Typing of the Dead later on to maybe get it some more sales, because when I bought Typing of the Dead, I wasn't expecting to get the House of the Dead with it, but you do. It's just like a combo pack, so you can play the House of the Dead if you want, but I find myself. So Typing of the Dead, you basically type the words out. If you type them fast enough, then you kill the zombies.
If you miss, or if you hit enter, it resets the word.
No, if you hit backspace.
If you hit backspace, it resets the word.
Yeah, you don't have to hit space between the letter or between the words, which was hard for me to get used to at first.
No, it's just you wouldn't think like the words would be like that difficult to like type, but they're like really long.
They're not words that you normally type in day-to-day scenarios.
Activities.
Yeah, especially when you play on motherfucker difficulty like we were. There's what are the other difficulties? There's bitch, which is easy.
Bitch, and then agent.
Agent.
Asian.
Asian is normal, and then motherfucker is hard. And
Asian is
at the hardest level, you're basically typing out sentences instead of words, and it can get pretty crazy. But
yeah, it gets pretty hairy in there.
Yeah, but
pretty sticky.
But I think it was a fun game.
Yeah, no, that game was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I liked it.
Any other games? Cool. Any other games we've been playing? This is one of the longest gaming talks we've had on the podcast.
I played Gunman Clive.
Gunman Clive, yeah.
I dabbed in that for a second.
Did you dab into
that?
Yeah. I remember we started playing, but the stream wasn't working, so.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
But then I got it to work. I did get it to work eventually, and I beat it on the stream.
Cool. You beat from start to finish, right?
From start to finish.
One stream, you beat the game.
One stream.
So what did you think about it?
A pretty interesting game. More artistic than anything, I think.
Yeah, I watched some of your stream, and the art style looked pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty cool art style.
More like a drawing
game.
More like a drawing than anything.
Yeah, I think it was all drawn.
It was all drawn live as you played it.
Live drawn.
Live as you play it. You got to draw and shoot people.
Draw and shoot.
But yeah, that was a pretty interesting game, just for the visuals.
Yeah. Have you ever played Scribblenauts?
No.
Neither have I. Have you, Zach?
What is that?
It's like this game where I think you have to like solve puzzles or whatever, but you can use whatever you can think of. You just type the word or you put in the word. I think it's for like Game Boy and stuff like that. I think it also is released for PC. But let's say there's like a gap, like you're on a cliff and there's another cliff on the other side. If you just type in bridge, then it'll just spawn a bridge and you can use the bridge.
Or you can draw it.
I don't think you draw it actually. I think you
just type.
I don't know. I haven't played the game. I was hoping one of you guys could play it, so I had some kind of something. But that's just what it reminded me of when you guys said draw to play.
Yeah, or Line Rider.
Line Rider. Oh my god, I remember playing the heck out of Line Rider in high school. Did you ever play Line Rider?
No.
So Line Rider was like a.
No, I've been out.
Yeah, it was like a course that you could build for this bike guy to go.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It was.
You could pretty much just draw you could draw. It was just a white.
Side scroller, pretty much. It was 2D.
Yeah. Is this like on one of those gaming sites?
Like mini clip or something like that. Yeah.
And you could just draw a line, like a path for your guy and his bike to follow. It could be as long as you want. And he would die.
Yeah, he would die, and then you'd go back.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I played.
Yeah.
I was in that was when I was like first getting into like Photoshop and stuff. So I was in like art class, just sitting on the computer, and like we figured out a way to go like one of those domains that lets you like go past like the blocking system that the school had.
We never had a blocking system, I don't think.
Yeah, we did for like porn.
Oh well, yeah, but not for like mini clip.
No, not for mini clip. They let us go to those.
No, we went to like all these.
Just
like,
no porn.
Like we just used that so we can go to the gaming sites because we had like blocks on that and stuff.
Yeah.
So they figured out that we were on there, so the IT staff blocked all those sites.
Yeah.
So we figured a way to get around it. So we'd be playing, our teacher would come around, and like alt tab, like doop, and go to the next like screen that you're on.
Yeah. The Line Rider was definitely a game that you could just alt tab out of and still be fine because you're just like, my guy's probably gonna die, but it's okay because I'll just reset it and redo it again. But yeah, that used to be probably one of my most favorite in-browser games, I'd say.
Yeah, that was a good one. I like that in-browser game.
That was a good. Oh, speaking of something to do with the sort, I did tweet out for people to get questions. I don't know if you.
Well, I have a question though.
Okay, go
so
ahead.
What would you have done in the situation with the guy that like started Flappy Bird? Well, like he completely removed the game from the store and everything like that because he was getting $50,000 per day.
They were saying towards the end of that it was closer to 100,000.
Well, I know, but like when he first started out, $50,000 per day. He had it out. I don't know how long he had it out for. Maybe like a month, right?
I don't even know.
I don't know how long it is, but he was making upwards to 50,000, maybe even more than that. But what would you have done the same thing? Because the thing he was getting tired of is people asking him to buy it and stuff like that, and just like getting blown up from being someone so small and no one noticing you from going from that to like someone that everybody knows who you are.
I think it's a foggy thing. Like, is that why he really stopped? Because I wouldn't have. If I was in that position,
no sense. Like,
I would literally sit in a dark corner of a room the whole day with no internet or anything, or I'd just go outside, like away from technology. If it's bombarding you that much, go away from it. Like, you're making $50,000 a day, I would not.
Maybe even more though.
Yeah, I would not have quit.
Oh, I would have not either.
From the internet. Like, but I also have, I've been used to the internet. I don't know what this guy's situation is. I thought that he got sued by Nintendo because it looked like Nintendo, like the green tubes.
I thought he tweeted out and he said it wasn't because he was getting sued by Nintendo.
Yeah, he did come out and talk about it and say that it wasn't.
Yeah, but he can say that.
Yeah, but supposedly he's putting it back on the web now, or he's about to put out like a new version of it.
I honestly think the hype is gone. I don't know. Just
I don't think so.
personally.
It's still, look at the App Store. It's still
Yeah, but there's
Justin
a lot of
Bieber's Flappy Head or something like that.
there's a
Miley
lot of
Cyrus Flappy Head.
there's a lot of apps that just has taken its place. Like it's becoming diluted now to the point where it's just like I don't know. Maybe
I think
once the
people
original,
are still gonna rebuy it. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
So he's gonna sell it.
No, he's making a new version of it.
Oh.
Putting like the actual Flappy Bird, but what I don't get is, isn't the point of like making an app or something like that and putting it on iTunes, isn't that
to get established and known and make money?
Yeah,
like everything that was happening.
Like everything that was happening was like, wasn't that the goal?
Yeah. Oh, it was, but I decided to take it off.
Yeah.
No, I would have kept it on there because I need to pay student loans off. I want to pay off everything and just live off an app.
You could have paid off your student loans in like a day.
In 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some of those apps, like even some of those fake ones, are making tons of money.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
I think we should make an app.
Make one in an hour.
We should make an app.
Yeah. Oh, you can't be that hard. Like it's all it is tap. But that's the thing with iPhone games and mobile games. You have to make them simple like that.
You have to make them simple. You have to have a niche. Though. You have to figure out something stupid that people are gonna want to play all the time.
Yeah.
Even on their shitter or when they're in a conference.
But if I was him, like making that game, I don't know if I would have thought that it would have caught on like that because it's a pretty sadistic game, which is weird.
It's super hard.
Yeah. But I think that doesn't really attract normally like the casual gamer.
No, I think it does because because you're so used to all these easy games.
Exactly, which is why I don't think
on the iPad. I think it would because you'd be like so wanting to beat everyone else's score. Like that's everybody's like Instagramming pictures.
Yeah.
Everybody's Instagramming pictures of how far they got in Flappy Bird, and the other guy would up them by like 20, and he'd be like, "Oh shit, fuck that dude! I'm gonna beat him."
Yeah. What was your guys? Did you ever play Flappy Bird?
Yeah, mine was like 30 or something.
Yeah.
24.
Yeah.
Like not even a lot.
What'd you get?
I had like 70 something.
Oh, okay.
That's the only because I played it. My cousin showed it to me. He was the one who showed it to me. I was like, "Oh, this is dumb." But he's like, "Yeah, well, I bet you can't be 20." And I was like, "All right." And I just played it all night.
See, look, that's what I was exactly saying
20,
before.
He probably made tons of money off of you just playing all night.
Probably that stupid Clash of Clans ad popped up all the time, and it would block the top tube. So when I had to go higher than the top tube, I'd be like, "This game's pay to win."
This game's pay to win.
Honestly, though, I think I looked several times for like, is there a way to upgrade it? Like, I would have gladly paid 99 cents to get rid of that stupid banner ad. Like, I would have, just because it's so dumb. Like, I don't know. I like a clean. Like, if I'm looking at the screen, I want it to be clean. I don't want it to have an ad.
Yeah.
And then not to mention the times where it blocks the top tube.
But they make more than 99 cents off you.
Definitely. Well, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how much he's making off each individual person. I guess is it like a refresh of the ad every time they play the game because that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. But yeah, so I guess to answer your question, Zach, I definitely would have pulled it off.
No,
that's why I honestly think that something else is happening there. I don't think it was just the pressure of all the success and money that made him pull it off.
It's probably more things than that, but I don't know. But I would have not have done that.
Well, going along with this, this did remind me of a Twitter question that all of us got from Michelle, who says, "What apps do you play while you poop?"
Oh yeah, classic. This is a good question.
Yeah. So
let me just take a look at my phone.
Yeah, that's why I went over and got my phone because I think I was looking at my games, the games that I've kept and the games that I deleted, and between those, I think I like the 8-bit pixely type RPG games. Like that's what I really like. Like there's one that I'm playing right now that's called Dungeon something. It's just called Dungeon here, but it's relatively new. I have like a. Do you guys have like a program or like something like the App Store where you go to see like new games or anything like that? Like sometimes I'll just go if I haven't seen any games in a while. I'll just go. I forget what it's called, but there's something like the App Store. It's called Devious Dungeon is the game that I was talking about.
Wait. The App Store is where I go to get new games, but there's another. You have another app to find.
Yeah, I go to. It's called Touch Arcade, and
that's an app.
Yeah, it's called Touch Arcade, and it brings you when you open Touch Arcade, it brings you to like a thing where I think the reason I like it is because the guys who are in charge of the app, they do app reviews sometimes, and they always have like the list of like their top 10 on the side as soon as you open the app. Yeah, it's all games, and as soon as you open the app, it's like the list of the top 10 apps on the side, and sometimes they'll cost money, but I have no problem paying like $1 for an app that I'll play. Like,
oh yeah.
Well, if you think about video games in general, like for how cheap they are, and compared to how long you play it, like that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Like that Typing of the Dead game, $20, and we played it all night.
Yeah.
So you can't find entertainment anywhere else where you can just pay $20 for 2 people.
One time.
Yeah.
Right.
And I can go back and play it now, and it doesn't cost me any more any more money. So it's pretty cool.
It's like going to Dave & Buster's, but not going back again.
Yeah.
Well,
having
it's
the
like
games with you.
when I think it was actually just recently that I heard that perspective on video games, like the cost of them, and really. So when you think about it, really, it made me think that games really aren't as expensive as
Well,
some
you
people
think-
are like, oh,
yeah.
$50, $60 per
Exactly.
game. You're like, oh, that's too much. But really, like, you're gonna spend as much as more than that if you went out to the bar or you went out
Oh,
or
yeah,
whatever
definitely.
you're doing.
Yeah.
Like,
But the thing is you've been paying that much since you were a little kid, so it's always seemed like such a big amount of money. You're just like, man, that's gonna be like all my Christmas money for just to buy this video game or something like that. And then when you grow up and you even have some money, you're just like, damn, that's still pretty expensive.
still expensive.
It's
Yeah,
like $60 right out of your pocket right away.
right away. Yeah.
So back to our question. I played Jetpack Joyride.
Oh, yeah.
I did play that for a
I
while.
play that all the
You've
time.
been playing that at
in the
OU.
bathroom.
You've been playing that for a while.
I don't have it on my phone right now.
Yeah. I think maybe Kevin was playing it too. He showed it to me.
I don't have a lot
other
of games
Kevin.
on my phone right now.
Yeah, the other Kevin. So another game that I played is called Quadrupus Rampage. Which
Quadrupus?
Is, yeah, it's Quadropus. I think that's how you'd say it. But this is a game that I found actually when I was in Bowling Green, and it's free, or at least it was free when I found it. I found it on the
Still
Touch
free.
Arcade.
I have
And
this downloaded in my
And it's
in my cloud right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like a kind of like a Binding of Isaac, kind of like a roguelike thing where you start off and you're like this little weird thing, and you run around and there's a level that you can fall off, but there's just a level with bad
So
guys.
you can fall off.
And you run with your weapon. You have a weapon, and you kill all the guys on the floor, and then you go down to the next floor, and then the floor gets harder, and you kill all those guys. And sometimes the guys will drop weapons, like upgradable weapons, and you can see, like, it'll show you. It's just really clean. It shows you if the weapon's an upgrade or what it upgrades to. And it's a game that, it's one of the few iPhone games that I actually got, and I was like, first of all, it was free, which makes it awesome. And then second of all, I was not playing my console or my PC, and I was just sitting on my bed playing this game, and I was like, dang, this game is freaking sweet. Like, I can play it for hours on end.
Quadrupus Rampage.
Quadrupus Rampage. Yeah, you guys gotta check it out. It's pretty
I
cool.
just downloaded it.
Yeah.
But
I played it before. It was in my cloud, so.
yeah. Maybe I told you about it, or maybe you just found it yourself. But that was a game that I definitely found through Touch Arcade. So that, I guess those are all my recommendations. I have a lot of other games that I play, but I pretty much have found them all through Touch Arcade. I think they update their thing weekly, but I do check the App Store because they always have one free app of the week.
Yeah.
And so I see what that is, but I don't know. When it comes to the App Store, I don't know if I trust their reviews. Where these guys, they're like a small company, and they only do video games, and they only do video games that I like. So I kind of trust their reviews and stuff like that. But
Nice.
But what about you, Jim? You got any?
Well, my buddy Griffin showed me this game called Polyfauna, and it's
Polyfauna?
Yeah, and it's a new game. It's actually by Radiohead, the band.
Really?
And it features like samples by them. But what it does is it pretty much just creates an alternate universe that you're into. Like it's like a weirdly shaped universe, and when you move your phone, it's like you're looking around the world. So it's like another dimension.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? See, look. So there's trees, and it's raining, and there's snow. Like,
oh wow, yeah.
And you're looking for weird stuff, and you look for a red light until it takes you to the next universe, and it's just really weird.
That is pretty trippy. It sounds like.
Yeah, you can't play that one while you're on the toilet though, because you have to turn around.
Oh yeah.
360 degrees.
Yeah. Yeah.
Try to play on the toilet.
Yeah. I guess you could if you're really skilled. But...
I don't know, bucket.
Or if you just had why aren't there toilets made that have like the water tank or something below it where you just sit and it's just one circle with no tank obstructing you?
Dude, there's
you
this
can sit and spin.
There's this thing out.
That's what
It's called the perfect poop. The perfect poop, and it's like this thing you put on your toilet so it makes you sit a certain way. And I swear it's a real thing.
Wait, so it's like a seat adapter?
It's a seat adapter because the way you're really supposed to take a shit apparently is to have your knees close to your chest, like you're in the wilds,
like in a fetal position.
Yeah, so because I guess you're.
That's how I do it normally. I'm just not on the toilet. That's why I shit my bed all the time.
No, because apparently like it lines everything up and it makes everything easier.
Huh?
Yeah, and
I always used to put my when I had trouble, if I was a little constipated, I had my toilet here, and then my shower was right in front of me, and there was like a little ledge to keep all the water in on my shower. And I would just put my feet, I would extend my feet all the way out, and I'd put them up on that ledge. Boom, slides right out.
What the fuck? So you were like just actually sitting on like a floor, it felt like, but you were just pooping.
Kinda, yeah, kinda. It was really
You
weird.
were bracing for anything.
Yeah, I was at a
slide out,
angle,
please.
But yeah.
No, but there's an actual thing for your toilet that
It's
makes
called
you
the perfect poop.
The perfect poop. And
Where did you find that?
Dude, it was on
Bath
Facebook.
Body
I was on
Works?
Facebook, and this video popped up. I was like, this has to be fake.
Perfect.
It is
God.
not fake at all. They sell it.
That's hilarious.
I do usually get real hunched over when I poop and just like, get on my phone. I rest my arms on my knees and I get on my phone.
Yeah, but you're
Do you
supposed
think
to like sit up straight, but have your knees like towards like your chest.
Yeah, that's
not
weird.
Like, yeah, I don't know how. Like, but the thing makes you do that when you sit on it when you're on the toilet.
Speaking of phones in general while we're pooping, don't you think that's bad? Like, aren't you not supposed to sit on the toilet for that long? Like, if you think of,
I don't sit on
you're
the toilet
supposed
for
to
that
like
long.
when you're pooping.
when I discovered Quadrupus Rampage, I was on the toilet for like an hour.
Oh,
And
I
was like,
went
man,
down.
I could have been done.
I've surpassed
way
my
long
time
ago.
on the toilet.
Yeah.
And then you have to wipe the crusty shit off your ass.
Yeah, but sometimes you can just leave it because it's crusty.
It's crusted
disgusting.
over.
You know it's not gonna.
Man, your
smear
poop
that
crusts
much.
up that fast.
Wow, you got crusty poop.
Yeah, dude, we got Insta drying. It's like freaking
Insta-dry.
super glue.
We have this spray now. Insta dry your poop. You don't have to wipe anymore.
Yeah.
It just dries and falls off in your pants, and then it melts when it's hot.
Now on Facebook.
Not on Facebook.
Speaking of Facebook videos, though, I did see this video on Facebook that I want to show you guys, and it's something that I didn't even want to click on, but my girlfriend showed me, and she's like, "You gotta click on this. You gotta watch this." And it's this dog, so it's like a puppy video. So I'm like, "This is not. Why should I even watch?"
Why do I
this?
want to watch a
But
puppy video?
I'm actually gonna play it for you guys while
You're
I'm
gonna
talking
play it?
about
Oh, I'm so excited.
But it's
This
called
puppy dies.
It's called Sophie Roll. It's called Sophie Rolls Down a Hill, and it's just hilarious because this dog, for some reason, it's a little dog, it's a puppy, but I guess she loves rolling down the hill. So she's at like this park and she's at this hill and she just all of a sudden just throws her body and just rolls down the hill. And it's one of the most hilarious things I've ever seen. I'm pretty sure if you just Google Sophie Rolls Down a Hill, for people just listening to
English
the podcast.
bulldog puppy.
Yeah. I want one.
Yeah, but it's one of the cuter things that I've seen. And normally if I see a puppy video, I'm just like, all right, that's just someone putting a video of their puppy on the internet.
Oh my god!
She's back and she just did like a front flip down the hill.
Yeah, she really gets into it. But
She's wearing a hoodie too.
yeah, she's got a little jacket on.
That's the funny.
The beginning of the video, though, you don't really know what's going on. You're just like, what is this dog doing? It's just like rolling around, but then you realize that it's just really.
That is awesome. That's so sweet.
But yeah, it was pretty cool. So
I want a puppy now.
Sophie rolls down a hill. Shout out to that.
shout out to Sophie rolling down the hill and everything. But yeah, so
That's hilarious.
All right.
I'm glad you showed it to me. It made me.
All right,
smile when
I have
did it.
a question from a
put
viewer.
smile on your face. Oh, you got a Twitter question?
Yeah,
From who?
from Paulina.
Paulina.
She says, "Looks or brains when it comes to girls."
Oh wow.
Dang. This is gonna bring out the shallow man in me for sure.
Oh, you only want a hot girl?
No,
well,
I'm
can
not
you
saying
have
that.
both?
That's what I'm saying.
Both.
I don't know. I'm just so much more enticed to go up to a girl and talk to her if she's cute.
Well, okay, like hold on for that. Okay, like obviously you have to be somewhat attracted to a female, and they have to be somewhat attracted to you.
If they're dumb, if they don't have brains, no, I'm not interested.
Yeah, like you have to at least there has to be some type of attraction.
But cute is the initial.
I wouldn't say like,
requirement.
Cute is what we aim for.
Cute is what we. Shout out to them. Thank you.
Thank you for your shout.
No, but I would have to agree. Yeah, it'd be a little bit of both. You have to have somewhat of attraction. I wouldn't say looks personally, but an attraction to them.
Yeah.
You know, to go over there and be like, hey, what's up? You know. But if they're dumb,
I think this has been a pretty cookie cutter answer though. Like, isn't every guy like that?
I feel like we've answered this question before.
Have we?
Oh, we really
Maybe.
have? I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know. Another question that I got from Twitter, and I actually got it last week or maybe the week before. So I don't remember who said it, so can't give a shout out. Sorry, but it was an interesting question to me because he said it was kind of a serious question, and he asked, in our opinion, was college worth it?
Oh, I saw that too.
Yeah,
on
that's a
YouTube.
good question. And I was like, dang, dude, that's actually a really good question.
That's a deep question.
Because being in high school, I thought, yeah, I have to go to college. Like, first of all my friends are going to college, and it just seemed like there was no other choice. Like, if you wanted to grow up and become successful, you had to go to college. And after graduating, I think that really only applies on the employer's side of things. Like, you having a degree makes you
It's
more
just a piece of
hireable,
paper,
I think.
just like Kanye West said.
But as far as more knowledge, I think that if I would have just taken those 4 or 5 years and actually just gone online and taken like classes, like, you know, just gone to YouTube and taught myself like anything I need to know, just look up tutorial online. There's so many tutorials online for everything. And I feel like with my classes, it was so slow. It was so much slower than what I wanted it to be, because you had to make sure everyone was on the right page and everyone was doing the same thing. Not to mention all the gen ed classes, which I hated.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I'm not going to use this information at all, but I'm quizzed on it, and I have to pass it to get a degree. I don't know.
I think it's a good transition, though. Like, it's a good transition place to be from moving from, or from going from
experience-wise.
Experience-wise, from going from your parents, living with your parents, to living on your own. It's like okay, if you had to go to all these classes from a high school, but you didn't have anybody to supervise you afterwards. Yeah. Could you do that? Yeah. And then after you got to college, like, all right, now go to work.
Yeah. Now go to work. You have to.
Now you have to.
I would say that you just want to do your research before you go to school. You want to fully look at every angle from A to B to C, whatever. You just want to actually research a lot before picking a school.
Yeah, that's the mistake I made. I didn't look at all.
Well, I'm just, and also like looking at like what loans to get, and should you get loans? Yeah. You know, should you go to school? Like, going to school and not knowing what you want to do is really, really bad. Figure out something you love to do and then go for that. Yeah. That's what I do now. I love what I do.
I'm also a believer that even if you're like kind of not certain, I went to school wanting to become an accountant. Like, I wanted to crunch numbers, and that's what I wanted to do. And I wanted to become a CPA and then an actuary, and I wanted to make a buttload of money. Like, that's just what I wanted to do. Yeah. And so I went to school to do that. But then when I got, like, you know, and I went to one school and I stayed there for like a semester, and I was like, nope, this is not the school for me. I went to Bowling Green, and then I just kind of started to spread my roots, like, with classes that I was taking. I was like, I'm going to take a class on this and a class on this. And then I took a class on visual communication technology, and I loved it. And I was like, all right, screw accounting. This is what I'm doing, because this is fun, and this is what I want to do. Yeah. So that's how.
No, I agree. Like, that, you had an idea of what you wanted to do. Yeah, like, just don't go to college and be like, oh, I don't know what I want to do at all.
But I think that there are a lot of people that are like that, because I know like there just are, and I think that that's fine. But within the first semester, you can't just go and take classes that they suggest. Like, go and search for different classes in a bunch of different areas. Explore, and just try to find something. Because if you're just like, well, it's gonna find me, then you're just going to end up spending way too much time there doing pretty much nothing.
And I honestly believe that schools should be structured like this. You go in and take classes you want to take, and you do take some gen eds, but then you're only in actual school for a year. But then you have to get a job, basically. But you still learn from that job. Just like you get more experience that way. Yeah. So you learn from the people there, but then you have to go back and speak on what you learned from that like month or 2 weeks that you're at that place. But you're always, for the next like 3 years, you jump around to different places and at like different environments.
Well, jobs are definitely, and that's why they push internships.
Well, I know, that's what I'm saying. That's how college should be. You should be in college. Yeah. College environment for a year, then like have internships for the next 3 years, so you can get ingrained in being in an actual environment. But
that system is more idealized towards people who go to college knowing exactly what they want.
Well, yeah. Whereas shot for both then.
Yeah. Whereas sometimes for college, like, people don't realize what they want to do until like 2 or 3 years in, or they think they want to do something and then they change it. So I don't know. I think college, the experience, I don't think I'd take it back. I think I think that the level of education that I was expecting to get was a little different than what I ended up getting. Maybe just because I knew a lot of the stuff, or maybe just because I caught on to a lot of the stuff a lot quicker than other people. But I always felt myself wanting like the next step. Like, they're just like, all right, and that's all we're gonna do today. Oh, P.S. the semester's over. Sign up for next year. No. And I'm just like, really? We didn't really do much this year. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I always wanted to get. I'm like, I'm in college. I want to get the most out of when I'm getting up super early to come to these stupid classes. Like, I want to learn all I can, and a lot of it was just kind of hosh posh. But yeah,
there is a lot of hosh posh. But I feel like too is like just being like, hey, what'd you learn in college? You can't be like, oh, I recall this, I recall this, I recall this. Yeah. Like, I feel like it comes out in life. You're like, oh dang, I went in college.
Well, you definitely change a lot in college. Like, you matured a lot, and
especially you're away from home. I would suggest going to a school away from your home.
Yeah,
like
definitely
far, like maybe like 2 to 3 hours away.
Yeah.
That's what I did. The only thing I regret is just not looking up more information about student loans and that process, and actually finding the right loans that don't have a ton of interest, because that's the thing that kills you. Like, just research that, and then research the school that you want to go to.
Definitely research the school too.
Yeah.
You want to look into that. I didn't, and that's why I switched.
So I wish I went to like OU or Bowling Green more than I went to the Art Institute.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I would say bottom line, I think college is worth it. Just make sure you're getting your money's worth while you're there. Like, partying is fun and the freedom is awesome, but you gotta go there to get some kind of education out of it, or else you're just pretty much paying way too much money to
party.
Drink beer.
Yeah.
So yeah, what do you guys think?
Agreed.
Agreed.
All right, cool. Jim, did you get any Twitter questions or anything that popped out to you?
I got a bunch of them, but most of them didn't pop out to me. Really.
Most of them didn't pop out?
Like,
I think one thing that's popped out to you that I didn't think would was Hearthstone.
Hearthstone, yeah, that's a good game.
Since the last podcast, I think your views on Hearthstone have changed a bit, because I don't even think you were playing Hearthstone during the last podcast, were you?
I don't think so. The last time I recorded it,
Yeah.
no. I mean, it's a sweet game. I like it because it's pretty. I mean, you kind of have to think a little bit when you're doing it, but it's not too intensive.
Yeah.
And then the game's over pretty quickly. It's
Yeah.
not like you are committed to starting up a game and playing for 3 hours.
And it's also a game that you can honestly, especially with me having 2 monitors, I can do something else while I'm playing the game.
Right.
Like, it's not something that you have to have 100% of your time devoted to all the time. And yeah, it's pretty cool.
I tried to get into it. I like it. It's fun. I'm just terrible at it.
Yeah, you just gotta. I found that the better, like, I just kept experimenting and creating new decks, and then I got better. Like, I hit on a deck that started to work finally.
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting to that point. I just need to play a couple more games.
It was cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not something I'm gonna like play forever and ever, but it's cool. I think it's a cool game to have on your computer. To be like, oh, I'm Papa Fucka.
I'm a Papa Fucka.
Papa Fucka game of Hearthstone.
Well, hello, Papa Fucka. It's nice to meet you. Have you guys heard about Apple abandoning possibly Game Center on iOS?
Yeah, I heard that.
Have you?
That's probably a good idea because it's an unused app.
Do you use Game Center at all?
No.
Is that like tracks your score or whatever like that?
They have some games. I think it's an option for when you're building a game. You can just like have Game Center. It's kind of like the achievements for.
Oh, so it just knows like who you are. That's what like when I download that game. That you're talking about. Yeah.
Jetpack Joyride uses Game Center.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
It does.
It does. Yeah, that's what it says. Like welcome.
Most big games do, but that pissed me off in Flappy Bird when I would start, or maybe it's Splashy Fish, the one that I have that's like Flappy Bird. But when you first start your first game, it like lags the game when it comes down. It's like welcome, not MisterFantasmo, and then it goes back up, and I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, it does. It always lags the game.
Yeah. But I hate the apps on and we got back into mobile gaming somehow. This is my bad, but I hate the apps that you can't delete. Like, I hate the apps like Game Center. Like, why are you required to have Game Center? Or why can't it just be something that you can always download from the cloud? Like, you don't need Game Center to run your phone.
Right.
So
even like calculator and like all this other shit. Like, I like reminders a lot.
Yeah.
But like the clock.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
I don't know.
And I
wish you just had the alarm instead of clocks. Why am I ever gonna go look at a clock? I use
a timer. I use my timer for pizza and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I don't
you
like
can just download the timer then if you really wanted that.
Yeah.
Like, they should have an iOS section of apps that you can just download.
Because honestly, there's better versions of all those apps on the App Store made by other developers.
Definitely. But yeah, that's true. I don't know. All the apps that I didn't want, I put in a little. You can put like those sub boxes of like. I put it and I
me too.
titled it apps I don't want, and it freaking put period in between don't, so it just looks like it's apps I period want. And I was just like, wow, iPhone, you're trolling me. Apps I want, apparently.
I just put them all. I made an Apple section in my phone and just put all the Apple standard apps in there and never open it.
Yeah, definitely. Just to get them out of the way, I guess.
Yeah.
Can I go? I got a story that I'm really excited to tell you guys about.
You're excited?
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right,
Look
you
in your
guys
eye.
familiar with the World Cup?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
dude, I cannot wait for that to start.
Do you know who Japan's bring as their mascots?
No.
Pikachu and friends.
No way.
Yes.
Wow, that's crazy.
Pikachu and Squirtle and Bulbasaur. There's a whole team of them, and they're going to be the official mascots for Japan in the 2014 World Cup.
Yeah, the
Oh
last
my
World Cup, I was in the
gosh.
hospital, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Oh, that's when you got in that gang shooting.
The gang shooting?
Yeah, that's right.
That's
Yeah.
why you don't have a third eye. I was
So, have a third eye?
You don't have your
First
third
eye.
eye?
It shot your penis
you don't-
off.
You don't have your first or your third eye. I don't know why I said third there.
That's why you don't have a third eye. Pikachu as the mascot in the
Yeah.
World Cup, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think that's
That's cool.
pretty
Yeah, I can't wait
hilarious.
for that to start though. It's gonna be awesome.
The World Cup. Are you
Yeah.
big? Are you a big soccer buff?
I'm not a huge soccer buff, but I wish it was a little bit more popular around here, you know. But and I think it is. Columbus Crew, you know, they're getting bigger. I think soccer's growing in popularity, but overseas it's like insane.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, worldwide.
Well, it's
worldwide
it's the
insane.
most popular sport in the world.
Yeah, so like I don't know, like the World Cup's sweet because you can actually see how much we have grown as a soccer nation. You know, from the back in the day, the U.S. was not that great, but now we're getting a lot better. We're getting better players, and younger kids are wanting to play soccer.
Mhm.
So like, if we can at least get some rounds into the World Cup, it'd be sweet. But I don't know.
Soccer.
I think soccer is just so dominated by Europe, right?
Like world,
But I mean, like as far as like competition,
like Chelsea, like yeah. Well, all the split, but
Manchester United.
Manchester United.
Today, in a usual matchup, it's Chelsea versus Manchester United.
It's just always on
in the
TV.
usual matchup.
Always
Usual.
on TV.
They play each other 60 times in a year.
You guys really have to work on those accents. Holy cow!
No, that's a good accent.
All right.
Yeah, it's a good accent right there.
All right.
All right.
I'm pretty sure we went to Australia in there at the end of that.
Good day, mate.
All right. So one thing that I wanted to say is, do we have any last closing statements? I think we're at an hour, right?
Yeah, I think we are over.
I was
we
gonna
are
bring
over
up.
an hour.
Bring up another story, but we could save it for
Save
another
it for the
time.
save it for a
Save
rainy
it for
day.
the nutsack.
Save
Save it for the Nuggets.
Save it for your
Save it for the
nutsack.
Nuggets.
All right. Any closing statements?
Make sure you tune in every day of your life for Phantasmo streams.
Phantasmo streams, daily streams over there. We got Twitter's JIMMYANDYY,
Why?
Blavishkin,
Blavishkin on Twitter.
On twats.
and
Mr. Phantasmo.
Mr. Phantasmo.
And Oshbigosh Gugosh. Out.